in a your sight, in a your sight. In a God's eye, me want live right. Walk where you want me to walk. Talk where you want me to talk.
Hi guys.
Whoa.
It has been a minute.
Like 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. How have you been? That's what I could say. Like, what's going on? I mean, I miss interacting with you all. I miss
Yes.
the meetups, to talk, to laugh. We here now. Candice, what's up?
Yeah. A lot is up. But all good things, all good things. When last did we meet? What month?
I think it would have been like June. May
Like
or June or something
June.
like that.
Right. I have been good, I've been good. Um Safe. That's something I have to be grateful for. I've been good, I've been safe. Um how have you been?
Good as well. Good and safe. Um, very, very busy.
Yes.
Like working on a lot of different things, a couple different things at the same
Yeah.
time. Work is other projects and a lot of stuff that keeping you very, very busy. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, in between all of that, WTT has been on my mind and our minds
Yeah.
as but pressure boy. Good pressure in the camp. Good
Yes,
pressure.
good. Yeah.
Good pressure. Diamond produce diamond pressure.
Yeah. Guys, you see how much? Let's take a minute and pick up WTT, learning, growing together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so we're just checking in. Want to make sure all is well with everyone. Um, we know 2020 into 2021 has been an experience, an experience for a lot of y'all, a lot of us,
Yeah.
including Tila and I. And we just wanted to make sure we check in. We didn't want it to be that, 2021 goes on and on and on, and we didn't come in and check in with the community and see how you guys are doing. Please drop in the comments. How have you all been doing? Let us know. Accountability is good. All right. So, Matilda, moving forward, what are we
Okay.
doing?
The thing is, so guys, we have a season planned. If we be very honest, we have the season plan. We know what we want to do. We know how we want to do it, but it's just the jamming. If I be very honest, it's just the jamming that kind of prevents us from launching because, as you all know, we try to maintain a standard. We try to do things a particular way after a certain quality, and so we don't want to start on a shaky footing. We want when we start and we running solid till the end of the season.
Yes.
So, between now and then when we officially start the season, we'll have these check-ins where we come and we sit down and we just touch base and we chat. Candice mentioned something there that I think is for me is quite topical at the moment. I mean, in midst of all the business, that accountability thing is
Mm,
very, very, important. I mean, we didn't intend to talk about this now, but I'm thinking is a nice little topic, seeing that we've been missing in the loop for so long you know. Um, but before we get into that, we're moving forward. As I say, we have the season plan. We know what we want to do. We know what we want to discuss. We just have certain things to fine tune that we haven't fine tuned yet.
yeah.
We don't want to break the momentum. Although we could argue the momentum is broken a little bit already, but we don't want it to get any worse. So we'll continue with our check-ins as is now, where we just jump on. We have a nice little informal chat. We hang out. We have a good time until we're ready to officially launch the season with our official episodes. But as Candice mentioned, with accountability, I think it's a good thing for us to, discuss on this for the moment because I'm thinking, at least I know for me, if I be very honest, online church, accountability can be, you can see accountability in many facets, but accountability in a community really is I check on you, you check on me, you make sure I maintain my standard, you make sure we're hitting the targets we need to be hitting and that kind of thing. And how has accountability been for you in this COVID time? Because I think for me, if I be very honest, it's not that great. Meaning like you're away from church physically. So being away from church physically, that's like a massive, massive drawback for me at least. Because you're not seeing your familiar faces, people not there to watching you and be like, so how you really going? What going on with you? That kind of thing. So people working from home, the lines between work and home are blurred. So everything is kind of a blur. So for me, it's like as we said before, like in seasons past, like the days just rolling one into the other. And how are you doing in terms of checking in with people checking in on you? Do you like what's going on?
Um, in terms of church wise, spiritual wise, accountability, I've been doing okay. Maybe because I'm the pastor's daughter. I don't know. But I have been very involved in church, although church has not been as active. I have been very active in church.
Right.
I will say that the church has their essential workers
Right.
that don't stop,
You're one of
and
them.
I am one of them. Yes, I am one of them. And because how active I am, you have no choice but to make sure you're in check. You have no choice but to make sure if you're not at a good place and you're unable to function, you see and you
Yeah.
say why. And that's one of the key things with accountability, yeah, guys. It because we are good at pretending, human beings at it. You are good at pretending and you are good at giving the I am blessed or I am okay or I'm holding on. But when it is you have somebody in your face there, you could say, but I am really doing good. Or someone who's in your face has the ability to see, no, you're not doing good. What's going on? So I have been able to get a dimension of things in the accountability aspect. Work wise, is work. Gosh, working from home is very stressful. But I don't work from home like straight. I am on rotation.
Right.
So I work from home 1 week, work in office 2 weeks. That has been okay. Checking in. I have not been a good checking in person because um I started new things in life and it has been consuming all my time. You know what? I was telling a friend, right? This is probably a little off topic, but the term or the phrase, if they wanted to, they really would have. Or if somebody wants to do something, they really would have. What do you think about that? What do you think about that phrase or that quote?
Be on topic because it's that same where they say like people make time for what is important to them
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
it depends on which side of that statement you fall, you'll have a different perspective. Because if you're on the receiving end of somebody not checking in, and is that
Mm-hmm,
if you're on the receiving end of somebody not checking in, you're going to be like, your life is, if the people just make time for what's important and
mm-hmm.
and you'll be like, yeah, I agree with that. But then when you're on the other side, meaning you are the person that's occupied, you are the person that, yeah, I have thought, hey, let me check this one limit, but then like you just don't know where the time what you see it's a different way.
Yeah, and this is happening to me because I was telling my friend, I was like, people, let's say, it's make time for what's important and something to think. My friends are on my mind. People are on my mind, but Matila, God as my witness, it is not as easy to like connect and smalls and friends and it's not
No,
that
because like as you say, you started certain life things or whatever, right? And
yeah.
in COVID, like I know every day we used to be doing a shipping this on WhatsApp, whether it's a voice note, whether it's a meme, whether it's a TikTok, whether it's a something. And then
Right.
when you got busy, I could tell because our WhatsApp chat dry. And if you compare what obtained before and what is now, it'd be like, oh, let me and can this fall out or something? And it really
Yeah.
is like you busy now. And then even sometimes I'm like, hey girl, how you going? It's no longer trying to message you to see what we
Yeah.
in case that you've been on my mind, you're crossing my mind, like, hey, because I know me and Candice not
Mm-hmm.
as much as you know,
Yeah.
but it's like I know that and I'm missing it, but I'm busy too. So
Right.
it's really, really interesting. Really, really
I still
interesting.
have to say, I still have to say that quote take a different meaning to me
No,
in this season because I realize that you really need to understand and people is be busy and it's not like if they don't have time for you, it's just life, you know?
yeah,
But I still try. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all.
yeah,
Um, it's not an excuse. Checking on your friends, checking on your loved ones, checking on your family. Don't get caught up in whatever it is you have going on in life, you know. Because the fact is, everybody in this together, and I need you as much as you need me, you know. But I just had to plug in that little point there with that quote. Like it hit different now. It really hit different now.
and I
Um,
the reason that because like I remember even recently I was having a conversation with a friend of mine and I was on one side of the coin. On
right.
the side where like, no, well, you know, you had to make time if something is important to you, you will make time. But then I was in a conversation with another friend of mine and I was on the
And it's
other
on the other side.
where
Ah,
people are like, I understand you're working and you whatever, but it's like nothing at all. And
yeah.
saying like a struggling, like a little. I
Yeah.
love I using the word struggling. The person was like, all right, okay. I was like, I literally struggling to balance working from home plus everything I have to do, plus everything I want to do. And so I know the experience on both sides of the coins, and it's good that you raise it because it will help me now to remember and bear in mind when I am on the right hand side of the coin, what it feels like to be on the left hand side. So
Mhm.
interesting stuff, man. But accountability,
Yeah.
accountability is
Yeah.
good.
Accountability. And I think when people hear the term accountability, they think somebody just want to know my business or a person just want to keep me on the straight and
Control.
narrow, but control, that is the word. But accountability is for you, like it's not for them, it's not for the person you're accounting to, like it's for you, it's you need it. You need to at the end of the day have somebody who can sit down and tell it, hey, so and so, and you say I was gonna do this last week, 2 weeks now, what you doing? Simple things to keep you on track is for you. You need it. You really need to be accountable to somebody. Simple friendship too.
Yeah.
Matilda, I tell Matilda I'm gonna do so and so. 2, 3 days pass. Matilda say, hey, you organize so and so yet? I'll be like,
But
nah, not. She say, what you waiting on?
yeah,
Get yourself together, get your life together. It's for you.
yeah. It's really, and I think as well. I mean, I'm not trying to talk about COVID, but COVID really teaching you a lot of things, and I think we may have discussed this prior, but like even now as things beginning to kind of open back up, and even as we discussed about COVID being an opportunity, COVID bringing certain things to the fore and allowing people to explore opportunities and ideas and stuff that they had before that they had thrown to the side. Now things opening back up, you're finding yourself in a position where all these ideas and things that was sounding so pitchy when we were on lockdown, right? That you was like, yeah, I'm gonna pursue this because you're on lockdown and you had time. Life, we unlocking now. So all those dreams and those plans and those little side projects and stuff meeting up now with life and what life is or was. And you're beginning to really realize how important community is. So we kind of,
Mhm.
if isolation and time by yourself is important and is very good, but community really, really, really is important as well. And I mean, I had a kind of October, or not, I won't say a rough October, but an October where you're dealing with different things, you're thinking about different things, and you realize how important it is to have friends. I have friends, two of them in particular, that they both did something for me, or they both mentioned that they wanted to do something And for me, it's like I didn't realize that my friends was taking me this serious. Like
Mm.
taking me this serious. Like they're my friends, one for like over 15 years, and one is a new friend, but it's like they've been around a very long time.
Mm.
Mention, like somebody little things are working on ideas or whatever that they wanna help do something
Mm.
in a particular way. And I'm like that kind of rock back. Like, oh, they want to do that? Like,
Mm.
So I mean, community very important. Um,
Mm.
and we tend to, as you say, we tend to take a kind of hands off and stand off approach to accountability because we perceive accountability to be control and people trying to dictate. I mean, some people, you know, do kind of exercise it that way, but like, it's good stuff, man. It's very good.
Yeah, yeah. And not only that, I think now, contemporary society, there's just this mindset that I don't need anybody. I got this all by myself. I ain't need you, sis. I ain't be begging nobody for their help. I on this journey by myself. That kind of mindset, and doesn't get you nowhere, sis, because you only reach so far. Community is needed. As you were saying, one of my really good friends as well started her business, and anytime she from south, anytime she went a little errand in the east, pick me up, and we get lost a couple of times, but we pick up ways, we go, she get her stuff, doors open up for people who I know to give her stuff to boost her business. Like
Wow.
it is
Wow.
there's blessing in being open to community, right? And being having that mindset that because it's a mindset that we have, and I don't
I,
know what.
it's like you don't know where it come from, right? And
Yeah,
you're right
why
because
you like that? Is it pride?
and I said no, 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 I don't know because okay, so as I was saying just now, right? I had two friends that wanted to do something for me. Now, before I get to that, the first thing is we have the self-help, I need to do it by myself kind of thing, right? And I really beginning to think now that that is as a result of past disappointment that most people want help, right? We want help and we want assistance and we crave community because that's how we create it to be, but probably because of past um disappointment or past missed expectations where you had expectations of people and they didn't measure up. You take this approach, well, right, well, yeah, I will just handle my thing for myself. Now, the two friends I was talking about just now, they both wanted to do something for me. And they both had to tell me off, right? So one of them wanted to do something. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. No, 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 no. I got it. I can handle it. And the person had to be like, stop being a blessing blocker. Stop being a blessing blocker.
But why were you refusing?
Now, why was I refusing? For me, I was refusing because not that I didn't I appreciated the gesture very much because that's what I was just talking about, the fact that I have these two people that were willing to take of their time, their substance, their resources to do something for me just like that, out that I'm not expecting, that something I've already planned to do for and handle myself. Now, why would I have been refusing? I can't tell you why I'm refusing because I already catered for it. And maybe I refusing because I don't want to be, I can't say a burden because it's not a burden, but if somebody taking of their resources and of their time that they could use for something else and deciding to give it to me. But the funny thing is, as one of them said, but you do these things for people all the time.
That was my next point. My next point was, but Matila, you are naturally a giver. So
Yeah.
what would be the reason? Is it that you find you should be the giver and not be the receiver? Or is it that you find that people shouldn't put out of themselves to accommodate you. Like you see about you, like I don't need you to help me, but I'm willing to help you that kind of way.
I don't know because I'm
But this
talking.
is not just you, you know, this is the typical human being.
And this is what we're talking about it now because the person's like, stop. It was a whole fight in the store. Like, no, I could, no, 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 yes. It was stop being a blessing. And that's what really threw me off. Stop being a blessing, Blecker. Because when I do things, God could bless me. And you're stopping me from getting my, and that is when I relented. Right. And then it happened again with another friend of mine who I know a long time. And she's like, I want to do this for you because we've been friends so long and you're moving on to other stages in your life. And I want to be able to give you something in whatever, whatever. And I was like, she had to say like 5 times. She's like, so I want to do so. I was like, what? She's like, I want to do so. I was like, what? She's like, I want to do. And I'm like, what? She's like, I was like, what you say? She's like, what happened to you? She's like, I am saying. And I said, but you don't have to do that. She's like, but I want to. And I was like, all right. And again, she's like, I'm trying to bless you. And you're trying to rub me on my backside from having that blessing. And it's like, but, and I started to ask myself, and I haven't gotten the answer yet. It's something that is in the back of my mind, probably almost every day. Like, why is it so easy for you to take up and give freely of whatever you have to give for somebody else? But when somebody's trying to return a favor, you're having a problem in accepting. I
I
don't know.
think sometimes we think it makes us feel not less than, but I don't want to be a charity case.
I
I
don't.
don't want to be. I think some people just feel like I don't find you should. I don't want to be that person. I just don't want it to be that you had to help me. I think probably that is it sometimes.
But I
I am
really,
not a blessing blocker. You want to give me something? Send it, sis. Send it. Me a blocking your blessing at all. Send it.
bring it in. Like
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't a case of me being of being a charity case. Definitely not. Right? Because like if you talk to like my siblings or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, bring it all in. It have no blessing blocking there.
Because
But
there's a siblings, like yeah, there's a comfort zone.
that's what I'm saying. But when it comes, but these are my good friends. So when it comes to your good friends now, and it's things I will pick up and do this for them as well. So I'm like, this is what's going on here. But is it a case that you're probably just so accustomed being the one to help? Or I don't know, but I was so
And there's
taken aback, and it's it feels really good. More than the thing they actually would have done, I am so much more grateful for the consideration behind it. Like is knowing that these people see you, they consider you, and people want to do this
Look,
thing.
Chelsea's saying in the comments, guys, Chelsea is our stage manager. As it were. Chelsea is saying maybe because you feel like if you have to offer them or you owe them. I think that's what she said. Like you feeling like, wait, when they give me this, I probably have to do
Yeah.
this back in return. Or you feel obligated, like you feel a sense of obligation. Like next time, plot twist. Plot
Plus,
twist to this whole thing, right? I have experienced this many times and it's very hard for me to discern what it is, right? And that's always good to my sister and my mommy about it. I am, those who know me, I am the emotional, Sophie, you know, that type of person. So there are those, right, who you would give. So let's say Matilda gives me something, whatever I may need, without me even asking, right? We are friends, I'm still, I say, Gil, take this. And then next 2 weeks now I bring up the same problem, right? Until I say, Gil, take this. Next 2 weeks I bring up the problem again. Matilda, now we like, but we are friends, eh? We are friends. Will you be like, I wonder if so and so doing this for me to give her something, or for me to give him something? There are those who play on your empathetic or your soft giving side, right? And when that, I have experienced that. And because I know how it feels like to for people to do me that, when somebody offers me something, I'm so conscious. Okay, Candice, did you say that you needed something? Did you say that you're lacking something? Did you say, Matilda say, Candice, I will give you $300 so and so. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to finish a conversation. I tell Matilda I have no money. Or when I finish a conversation, I bring up the fact that things hard, like, and because of that, you instantly shut it down because you know how it is feel like when somebody coming at you with a sad story. And some people are unaware that they do this. There are some people do it and they don't know that they're
Yeah.
doing it. And then I believe there are some of those who very well know what they're doing
Yes.
and they're doing it. But I just say that to say that is for me. I don't as I say I send the blessings, but sometimes when somebody a good friend like how you and I are good friends, if
Yeah.
you come and you say Matilda, if you come and say Candace so and so, I'd be like, I wonder if I send a signal to Matilda that I need something, or I come across to her, or I make a comment that make her feel that I expected her to give.
Yeah.
Like I don't think about that sometimes too.
That's interesting, yes. But I don't know. I feel like I really don't know. But I think it tends to I come from a giving family.
Yeah, your families are really your
I
families are giving.
come from a giving family. So and that is what I am accustomed. And I'm not saying people don't ever give us things. They do. Like people will be like, you know, can bring this here for or whatever. But I guess it's just something to get accustomed to. Maybe it was just kind of so that you get stuff like somebody give you something for your birthday, somebody pass like, hey, I thought of you, whatever, whatever. But um to
Is it,
the
is it the amount of what you are getting or the size of
That
what you
was
are getting?
about the extent of what it is these people wanted to do. For me, is like, hi. Like, I mean, I would do it because of I would do it in return, you know. But it's like, hi, like you know, maybe it's a bit much, it's a lot, you know. Maybe it's too big, maybe it's too much, you know. But God is good. We thank God for blessings, and we have to
Yeah,
remember.
I was not about to say based on the comment that I said, like even if somebody you feel like if somebody is coming at you trying to like milk you, give like your duty is to give, you know. I say give and give and give again until you have another opportunity to give. What they're doing is on them. God open your heart and God say, Candice, bless Sister Matila a billion times. Bless Sister Matila a billion times, you know. So and the same way you want to give, you receive. The same way you will deny Christ the opportunity to open your eye every morning. You will deny Christ the opportunity to put breath in your lungs. No, you're taking that. So a lot of people give to you. Imagine you tell God, hold up on the eyesight today. hold up on the ability to walk. I will take it tomorrow.
Thing. So a lot of the times we forget. So like we you live a particular way, you live nice, you be good. And the Bible tells you that, you know, you live nice, you be good, you give unto others, you will receive blessings in return. Now sometimes we think a lot of times the blessings will be, let me say
Physical.
physical, right? Where you know and you see that the blessing is from God coming down to you. So it might be an open door that was
Yeah.
once closed, and they say, right, there's no blessing there. But then you have horizontal because God does use people too, right? God is operating in the spiritual realm and we operating in the physical realm. And sometimes He uses people. So He will use when somebody call and say, hey, what going on? Think. I have something for you, pass and collect it. And you go and you check and his levy says $500. That and this is and let me say it this way. I remember not too long ago, very recently, I was expecting a while ago, yeah. I was expecting some fees from some work that I had done. And the fees was coming in a particular amount, right? So I knew what the amount was and I made plans for it. Like this is what I'm gonna do with it and da 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 da. Must be like the day before I collect the fee. I get a call from one of my friends. She is in this buying in this situation. Da, 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 da. She need X amount of she looking for X amount. If I could just give her contribution, right? She's like, I'm not asking you for all of it. If you could just contribute, whatever, anything you could give. How much you need? The amount she needed was the exact amount of the money I was expecting, right? And I say, well, Lord, what kind of setup scene? What kind of setup scene is this? I already make plans for the money that coming to do certain things. And I was like, you know what, Lord? To me, this can't be a coincidence. I take it and I give it to her, right? So that's a need she had that I was able to bless her with, right? Because she didn't have to run around to find anybody else or whatever the case may be. And there I am now, and I just showing like how it's work now. There I am now in present day, looking to do something. I make plans for it just as I made plans for that money there to do something. And instead of me having to do it, a friend passed by. I was like, no, I'll do it. And I'm like, what do you mean you'll do it? I'm going to do it. Right? So the same way I was just, yeah, here, take it, I'll do it. It's the same way they do it. So it's a lesson for me. I don't think there was any like I don't want to be a child. It was nothing like that, but it's probably just not a customer, not being present minded to know that all of these things are God's hands is God's hand as well. God's hand as well, you know. So, and as you rightly say, for me, when it comes to giving, I have because God gave me, and I tend to give on that same premise that the God that gave me will resupply whatever I need. So I give, man, and whatever you do with it, like people have some folks that be like, oh, the people who asking for money on the street and saying you're giving them money, whatever. I'm like, yeah, what if a man say he hungry? I can't judge and say stomach full, so I buy something for you to eat. Or if I'm not in a position to, I'll give you the money. What you do with it is on you, you know? So
Yeah, and not only physical, not only financially give, but give of your time, give
yeah,
of your gifts, give of your talents, give, because there are persons who have the gift of giving,
yeah,
um, but they are not in a position to give financially.
yeah,
But you need them, they will be there. You need something done, they will be there. They are consistent. You're packing hampers, you call them, they're there. They're good at they're good at planning events, they're there. So like even if you're on this live and it's saying, wait, boy, I don't give money to people, so like I'm not in that position to do so. It's not only about financial giving, give of for me, once it's
yes,
sacrificial, once
yeah,
you are depriving yourself of something to ensure someone
it's
else's needs are being met, man, you are giving. You are giving. You are giving. If it says you are depriving yourself of a lime to go and assist this person with a commitment, whether it is you depriving yourself of something to like, let's just say for example, Chelsea probably could have a plan for Thursday night and she's been
yeah,
now committing to Matilda and Candice
vlog,
streaming on the Sunday evening. Like you never know. You
yeah.
never know. So giving is not only about finances, guys. Like
And
once it is, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and you're right. And for me, I think the approach to giving is this. I don't give giving is thanksgiving, right? Giving is more of a mental the gift of giving or the attitude of giving or being a giver, as you're rightly saying, is not about it's less about money than it is about anything. It is more about your heart and what your mind is on. And for me, like, I am probably what you could consider a blind giver of everything, resources, if it's money, time. There are a lot of times, and this is, I'm not making it about me, but I'm talking from my own experience, right? That I will have something to do and I will put it aside in order to help somebody else do something. Is that good all the time? No, it isn't, because it comes back at you. But it's more, I do that because I am grateful for, and I recognize that everything I have, my time, my health, my ability is God given, and everything that God has given me is to be used to further His work. I don't want to make it sound too what do you call it? Phys- theological, right? We don't want to make it too theological, but that's the reason why I have and having a giver's heart, as Candice is rightly said, it's not about money. It's about your heart towards people, right? And I mean, you feel good before you even start to think about what happens from God to you when you do give. The feeling you get of being able to assist somebody most times is more than enough to warrant the sacrifices that you make.
Yeah. My internet was kind of coming and going, so I got it in pieces,
Yeah.
but I got the gist of what you were saying. But yeah, what for me is basically giving is sacrificial, and once it is you giving from a sacrificial point, because you know there's this big argument on the internet, people giving and they have to have a camera in front of their face to show that they're giving and all of that. Once it's sacrificial, and once you know your intentions and you know your heart, as Matilda said, give man, give, give, give and give again. And when you get an opportunity, you give again, expecting nothing in return, but another opportunity to give. That's just why it has to go. I enjoy giving, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Um, it's very tiring at times, according to what you're giving. Really exhausting. But then sacrifice, you know, it's all about sacrifice.
I was,
Something else I want. Uh-huh.
go ahead.
I was gonna say something else I wanted to touch on when you were talking about
I had a
the
moment
gift.
like that just now. Was it theological? Physiological? What's right?
Wait, you said theological and physiological
I
just now?
said theological, right? But I don't know what was coming out of my mouth. I almost said physiological.
Oh, because now I forget what I wanted to say.
Okay, sorry.
Oh gosh. It'll come back. It'll come back. I honestly forgot what I wanted to say. Wait, boy. Oh gosh. Chelsea must be cracking up behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
I mean, I know you were talking about how
I
um
still wanted to say something that you would have said, and I wanted to like write on that,
yeah,
but it
'cause-
went off my head. I can't
yeah,
remember. I can't remember.
unfortunately, talking shit in this. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because you were just talking about how giving could be hard sometimes, depending on what you're giving.
Yeah.
And I was about to say something. I was about to say this is. I don't know if it will track your memory at all, because that's what you were saying. You're going to say, sometimes it's hard to give, especially depending on what you're giving. And I was going to
Yes,
just go ahead.
I was just going to say the reality is the greatest gift we have is salvation, and the greatest prize was God had to give his son. He had to give his son, but look at the outcome, the opportunity to have eternal life, you know. So I just want to say, you never know what that sacrifice, as Matilda said, not going to become, as my sister Dana and Chelsea and I say, glad as the donkey. That's the term that use when somebody real overdoing it now. When somebody milking you and everything they call the name of my is glad as the donkey. You're not saying become glad as the donkey, but just remember the bigger picture that okay, a home example for me is I worship Jesus a lot at my church, right? And sometimes it is tiring, but the mere fact, Matilda, that God, God can use me to be an instrument to usher people into His presence. I mean, why not do it? Why not do it? The mere fact that Matilda, you have this ability. Matilda is a lawyer, guys. I'm not advertising her, but she's a lawyer. And sometimes I don't know. I just saying probably sometimes to do things. I'm sure she does do things pro bono. I'm sure she does. She's never told me, but I'm sure she does. And the fact is, you gotta get your pocket could be a little fatter from doing those things for free. But what was the outcome? Somebody is at peace now. Somebody
Yeah.
sleeping in their own bed, somebody, whatever the matter is. Once again, once you have a lawyer involved, your head hot. Whatever the matter is. Once a lawyer has to be involved, your head hot. And it's a greater price, and I think that for you would be no satisfaction knowing that. Not saying that every don't probably go on WhatsApp sending Facebook messages. So it's a sad story. But just saying, the sacrifice has a beautiful blessing in it, So pay the price.
But as I
Pay the
mentioned,
price, but don't be a Gladys.
but that's what I was about to say. As I mentioned, Gladys the donkey, right? Generally, one of the I'm gonna say this plainly, right? Generally, um, no offense to anybody at all. This is just a chat we hanging out in life, right? So generally, the basic concepts of Christianity promote us being very docile, being very accommodating, being very willing to help,
It's
sacrificing.
called servanthood, and that's biblical.
Yes, servanthood, or some people might say it's kind of being muxy.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of being muxy, right? You turn the other cheek, somebody do you something, you forgive them. Really, really kind of being muxy. Now, this was straddle a lot of different situations, right? But as you rightly said just now, when you was giving the example of people coming and you're wondering, now, well, like, all right, what's going on here? How do you balance? Because I have a difficulty with this. How do you balance, let me say, over giving or Gladys the donkey, being Gladys the donkey, but still maintaining what? Because I think I was talking to my father very briefly the other night in passing. I was like describing a situation I was trying to help somebody with, and I was saying to him, like, now, you're just realizing that you had to have some kind of balance in the approach. Because I'm a young woman, and you have your whole life ahead of you. You want to be doing certain things. You have certain goals. You have certain things you want to achieve. But then every 2 inches of your journey, you're meeting somebody that needs help, and everything in this life is a limited resource, right? And as my sisters say, she gave an analogy. I think maybe one of my uncles gave her or something like that. Is that if you build in a house and everybody that pass and asks for a brick, you give them a brick, right? The time you do so, your house have no foundation, and other people, everybody you give brick, 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 when it already probably reach first floor, right? So you have to be able to balance your giving heart and your servanthood and your whatever for your own. I
Yeah.
want to say for your own
This,
satisfaction, but for
this,
your own, like you have to make sense at the same time. And
yeah,
how do you balance that? Because it's a difficulty I have over
yeah.
helping.
I actually, this was because I feel like if I am in a better place now, a big struggle for me to the point where I was wondering if I'm a people pleaser. Do I
Right.
do it for people pleasing because that is how I felt like I was giving myself away something, but you should what can I choose everything? So and what I told myself is, and this is my motto now, if giving to you is taking away from me, I cannot do it. If meaning that if when I am assisting you, you are walking away smiling and I'm walking away not wounded but drained and incapable of keeping on track, I can't do it if helping you isn't helping me. I mean, I'm not saying that I need to help you to get some reward in the end, but there are sometimes when you give, and yes, giving is sacrificial, but
What's the
there are
line?
some, see what I'm saying?
I say, what's the line? There has to be a
Yeah.
line somewhere.
Yeah, so as much as it is sacrificial, there is a point, and you will know there is a point when you realize, wait, giving to you and giving of myself to assist you is draining me.
I
And
guess
to
it
what
is,
cost? So to what end is the question, right?
and it's going to be the concept of um, not being able to pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. Exactly. That is the exact concept. Because the truth of the fact is as much as you help and as much as you are there for others and as much as you give of yourself to others, you need to make sure that you are surviving and people have something to get from you. If you use up all your little, according to you, if on my milk, if on my milk pour all over the place, like I just this dry cup, like you need to. For me, once giving of myself and me giving to you, at the end of the day, I am incapacitated. Something is wrong. And as much as giving is sacrificial, and as much as giving is needed, at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you as a human being, your needs are being met as well. Your
Yeah.
goals are being met. And according to you always have an uncle who has some wisdom, eh? Every
Get
WTT.
on from Marcy, and I think it's my uncle tell her, but let's give the wisdom to Marcy for tonight. Because I know for sure she's the one that told me about it.
Marcy Navo. That's the scene. Big up, big up. But yeah, to say you don't want it to be everybody build a castle and you there in a one by one. You gotta make sure discernment, as you anyway, discernment.
It's a delicate balance to reach, yes, because I can tell you for free, I have there many times I would have many times I would have set like a short term goal, like I want to do this particular thing. And I using finances, or let me use finances and let me use time, right? Because time is money, right? For me, right now. Time is money, money is time, right? Let's just leave it at that. So even if there's always something I could be doing to make money, let's put it that way. So whether I decide to give you money or I decide to give of my time is at a monetary cost as well, right? Now, there are times when I would say, okay, Matilda, I really want to take care of my health and I want to exercise and I want to eat properly or whatever. And I would tell myself, okay, I'm going to exercise so time today. And then half an hour to the time, somebody might call, Matilda, I'm having a hard time, and I just wanted to talk about this or whatever. And you sit down and you talk for an hour or hour and a half. And then you realize, okay, I finished. Now it's too late or I'm too tired to exercise. And or if it's not giving of myself and my time, it might be giving of my time where I could have been doing some work or something, right? And it's like, all right, now I'm too tired to do the work. It's too late to do the work. And it's tomorrow I have to do or something like that. So there's always opportunity costs to everything you're doing. But for me, I would say, all right, you know what? It's small thing. In this life, everything know how to be about you. You have to give of yourself, other people.
That's the thing. So boundaries.
Yeah, and then you keep going and going and going like that, and you just still here, not exercising.
Because they have no boundaries. They have no boundaries. It's a free for all. It's a free for all. And then some of them, once again, it's free. They will milk it. Say that again?
I said, don't talk too loud. My father could probably hear it because he always tells me that.
Yeah, boundaries.
Boundaries, but like you need to organize yourself. And it's not, and the truth is, it's not that I'm disorganized, I do organize myself, but
Yeah,
then
but it's still bad because you're telling yourself, I
yes,
wonder if I didn't take her call, if she might slip into a little suicidal state. Like you're playing off all these scenarios in your head and they don't know you don't struggle with overthinking already. So you done playing off all these scenarios in your head. What will happen to this person but it all comes down to boundaries.
you just take the call, but
Yeah, but it can't be so.
yeah, it really
Because home girl gonna call next week and you will never exercise. I in that stage of my life right now, and I just be like, I want to be here for you, but in this season of my life, I just can't be there in the capacity that you need me to be there. But I will try my best.
Yeah,
because that is always you can make especially in this season that a million things happening in. You had to get yourself together.
I think I'm now coming to here because Daddy would always tell me, feel like you need to organize yourself. And it's like, my mother, why are you telling me I need to organize myself? I am organized. Everything I do is organized, is scheduled.
We know.
Right. But what's happening is schedule just get thrown off because I decide to be there for somebody or do something for somebody, as you rightly say, and overthinking is a serious thing. Maybe that's something we could talk about sometime because I am an overthinker. I'm not even going to pretend.
Guys, Matila, guys, I'm gonna tell you. Matila overthinks every little. So like I don't know when you if you can take that call, you don't overthinking five scenarios that gonna happen with sis if you don't take that call. Sis
Definitely.
might be sis might be driving and real sleepy and you might need to keep her up.
Yeah.
Sis something now fall out with her boo and she's studying if to break up the engagement. Sis and her father and her mother not good at all. Her self-worth gone. You don't know she's struggling with suicide. You Matila, this thing.
And all the time, sis probably just smunks her toe or something.
Exactly. I just want to sit down and talk about bored. People are scared because it is bored. But that is something we need to give ourselves priority as just as we give others. Love ourselves as much as we love those around us.
And it's dawning upon me now ever so clearly that the situation just is this. Matilda, you are a human being. I am Jesus. I am the Holy Spirit. I cannot help
Exactly.
everybody. I
Yeah,
can't.
exactly. And people need to understand that you are not God either because there are some of those who will keep coming and coming and coming and coming to you. And
It's
you
really
just like,
you have to have the boundary, as you say. So it comes back down to that again. You have to be able to know when to log out.
yeah,
Also, are saying that takers takers have no boundaries. That's not exactly what it's, but essentially it's like um give us take us something something and give us right. So essentially is that take us will take and give us have to know when to say no, else you will continue giving. And again, we're not talking about money alone, we're talking about of
yeah.
yourself, we're talking about the
Mm-hmm.
family.
Mm-hmm.
So realizing now, at least I realizing now that I just literally can't. I
Mm-hmm.
can't for everybody. I cannot be there for everybody at every time. Um and yeah, I
And,
sure
do, and we too have to understand because as much as we are talking from the giving end, I'm sure there is one person in our personal lives who we are always going to as well, who like if
definitely
as much as
be
somebody
taken
comes to
from.
me or later, exactly, there's somebody who we are always taken from. And we need to understand that when someone isn't able to give to us in the capacity that we want or in the capacity that we are accustomed receiving, it doesn't mean that they love you less. It doesn't mean that you're going through a big dry season. It just
Yeah.
means remember that this person is human just as you are.
I
This
just fire.
person, yeah, this person has emotions, this person has a life, this person, you know, don't get offended. Don't be easily offended in other ways.
Yeah, I mean
Because
this
we whoever we taking from us is sin and chips in listening to you right now. So ultimately land Candace
hello.
has been annoying me, Matila has been sickening.
It's true. I probably just good sitting some people. But
Yeah.
I mean it's all about balance as well, eh? Because I think too, probably if we be fair, me as a giver, because I know how much I give and how much I go out of my way to assist me. Maybe now things as I'm about to say this is making kind of sense to me why I'm so, let me say, solitary in a sense, because I'm a giver, I give a lot, and I go beyond to help and to assist or whatever. And probably because of how much I give, I may have certain expectations as to how people will give to me in return. But not everybody may be a giver on my level. I'm like a hyper giver, right? So when people don't match that expectation, you might tend to say, well, maybe that's where we start off with this whole I go do it for myself, I go ting kind of method where we start off of in the first is because persons probably have an expectation based on what they do give. And when they don't get that, they tell themselves, well, it's best I just handle my thing for myself.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
So maybe that's how maybe it's cyclical and that's how
Yeah.
things go. But we have to
Yeah.
keep in mind that not everybody, as with everything else, not everybody is you. So you can't expect to have the same level of energy from everybody. And then you might have, because there are certain people sometimes that I might find like you could do a little more or you can be a little this, but then you have to check yourself. No, like, yo, Matilda, like, not everybody might have, you just have to remember.
Everybody have the different rules, everybody have the different. Everybody gonna carry up to the mountain, like how Jesus carry up the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, the higher nine that just chilling, chilling
And
somewhere,
that's the situation too, because I might be a hyper giver, but I might be very lacking in other areas.
Exactly.
Very, very
Exactly.
lacking in other
That is an excellent, excellent, excellent point.
areas. So I might be
That
hyper
is a real good
and
point.
energy and whatever, but other than that, I might be very poor in some areas.
Yeah.
And I can think of a couple of things where I'll be very poor, to be honest.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it's just
that's a real good point. Everybody has their strengths.
everybody have their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yeah, everybody has their strengths. Like, good talk, guys.
Yeah.
Good talk. Good talk. Good talk. Good talk. Good, really
Yeah.
good talk.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you it was needed for me. If nobody else, I get nothing from it. I've been treating with a couple of things recently, and it is helping me to, as I said, um, put some things in perspective, bear some things in mind, give some people a little slack, give some people less slack. And just finally see well.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't even have closing remarks. You have closing remarks.
Closing remarks. I will just come back to what brought us here in terms of just be understanding generally because what's it called? People people only make time for the things that they want to make time for, or those kind of quotes like
Yeah.
be understanding generally, and um
Take that
don't
with
be
a
too self-consumed in what's going on with you and what you need. Remember that as much as people love you and they want to be there for you, that they have a life too and things happen, but also never use an excuse. You want to be there for somebody, you love somebody, make sure that they know it, make sure that you check in as much as you want someone to check in on you. You check in as well, but I mean, as Matilda was saying, it's all about community and knock on your neighbor door, not physically, but your friends, your family, knock on their doors, but don't stop knocking on their door because they haven't knocked on yours in a while. You
yeah.
never know why the knocking has ceased. Um, yeah, guys, I hope you all are doing well. A lot has been happening. For persons, not only because of COVID, there has been a ripple effect on people, every aspect of your life, health, mental, psychological, physical. I really hope that you all are genuinely doing well. And Tila and I, as you said, we will be checking in. We have a little life. Guys, guys, I am now feeling like a woman, like I don't know, like all of a sudden my life just like so much is and good. I'm not in any devastating states or anything. But so much is happening, and I tell Matila, listen, guys, y'all who are out there and y'all work and y'all come home and y'all mind your homes and your children and y'all do homework and 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 they do church and they have devotions and they serve Jesus and all of those things. Because I hats off to you, hats off to you because it's not easy doing a lot of things in a very short period of time. Hats off to everyone for surviving because it's hard. It's hard. No, it's real hard. It's real hard. And I just need to settle a little bit before Miss Lady laughing, guys.
No, I laughing because I identify.
Oh no, it's hard. It had to just you have to settle. As until I say, we just need to settle. And we definitely will be settled in 2022 in the name of Jesus with all that we are doing. and all our upcoming events, all the things we are putting in place, all the doors that we are opening, all the doors that we are closing. Um, you will be hearing from us. I'm saying this without Matila's consent or without talking about it, but I'm declaring it 2022. We'll be back on with our seasons, our episodes, scheduled episodes, and you'll be hearing from us more consistently. I was just supposed to give closing remarks, but I have closing off the whole show. So I'm going to stop now and let Matila talk. But that's it for me, guys.
Yeah, so what she said, the only thing I would say in terms of closing remarks would be piggybacking off what Candice said is it goes a long way for you to be who you need. Be to other people what you need somebody to be to you now. And that goes a really, really long way in helping you to understand what people might be going through. So you might be tired and you need somebody to listen to you, listen to somebody. You know, you might be doing something and you want help somebody. And that goes a very long way in making you feel more fulfilled as a person. It helps you to feel more purpose driven. It just really helps. So that's something that's really, really helpful. Now, as Candice said, we were really trying to settle. She has some things going on. I have some things going on. And as I say, WTT is not it's not on the back burner. It is right on the burner, right on the side here. Same level, same everything, and we have things in motion, episode plans and everything like that. But we don't want to be shaky, as I said earlier. So we want to start off on a solid footing, and once we start off, we'll be back up and running as we will smoothly and seamlessly in the last season. But between now and then, we don't want the community to die. We don't want the connections to die. We want to have this this community going. So we will be checking in as we have now. We will discuss things as we did today, like randomly. We did not come here to talk about gratitude, accountability, or anything like that. But I think and I still think even now that I'm saying we need to start, I think this is the Lord's doing as well. So we're going to come here. We're just going to discuss things, heart matters, life matters as they come up between now and the end of the year. So you all will be seeing us and look out for us. If these episodes may not be as formalized and crisp as they would have been in the past seasons, but these check-ins are just us vibes in. Leave your comments, let us know how things are going, and we will pick everything up next time. So have a great evening. God bless you, God keep you, God put his hand upon you all and make his face shine upon us. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a good evening, everyone. See you all next time. Bye.